Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to an unusual Space Engineers event, for us anyways. We are on the GleebTorin community server. As the title of the Twitch stream would suggest. The YouTube stream doesn't reflect that, but that is where we are. I am streaming the Berg's perspective. I'm logged in twice, as always, on both accounts. Once as the evil Bergies, and once as my actual self. My actual self sits in a vessel called the Occam, which is built in complete survival mode. You can't view her, but I'm looking straight at her. Whereas the Berg are played in administrative mode, which gives me the ability to spawn in what we need as we need it to help perpetuate the story. Right now we're watching Glebe in creative mode, fleshing out a ship so that he can actually combat the evil Bergies. So he's off in his own little private world with Brianetta, and at the moment we are alone with, well, myself and Unruly. My alternate real self is sitting over by the Alliance base, just waiting for today's events to begin, because it has now hit 5 o'clock, so I'm curious to see what Glebe will do from there. We are going to try and cause a little bit of trouble with the Berg, but I thought, as something different, we'll give you a bit of a tour of the Berg's capital ship. We are aboard the Unit Type Carrier, UTC. I need to mute Glebe for the moment because he is incredibly loud in my ears. It's just rude. How dare he? So, this is the CIC. It's buried nice and deep within the ship, so no one can actually attack it or get at it. This is the entire ship. This is the Berg Unit A-16 Carrier Type 159. The numbers mean nothing, but, you know, the letters have value. This is the alpha of this ship. Oof. Sorry, I just got distracted by a railgun firing on Gleeb's stream. So, we'll leave the CIC, because, well, we've got some information panels here. This one shows us how much hydrogen is left in the ship's tanks. This is what we have on board, ores, ingots. Wait, is it ingots? No, that's components, because the ship is capable of self-repair. And ammunition count. So we have some unusual weapons on this ship. It has quite a few player-made turrets, which are designed specifically to counter player-made weaponry, which, to be completely honest, is a pain in the ass to try and deal with. The people who build it are really, really good at what they do, and it is very, very hard to counter it. Hi, Amber. Welcome back. We're not playing No Man's Sky today, we're playing a little bit of Space Engineers, playing as the Evil Bergs. You will have seen a couple of videos on my channel in the past, and for those on Twitch curious as to who the heck I'm talking to, Amber has said hello in the YouTube chat. So, this is the interior of the carrier-type capital vessel. There has been a few changes since last week. Last week there was nothing up here. This was just empty space, but we have added... Well, you shall see in a second. Da, da, da. We have added a Fisher and Paykel bridge to our ship. That gives you an overview of the entire vessel. Oh, a strong unknown signal. I mean, you can't really see the entire ship, but it gives you a pretty decent view. And directly below the bridge is... Oh, Falcami. I know that name. Why do I know that name? Anyway, these are our PDCs. They're player-made weapons, specifically designed to, or at least try to, take out the player-made torpedoes that we face quite a lot. Now, the secret to this bridge is because we're playing in an unmodded server or lightly modded server, we have nothing like defense shields. In a modded game, you would have shields and, you could put exposed bridges on the top of a ship and everything is peachy because, well, your bridge isn't immediately targetable. They have to get through your shields first. In this case, we don't have shields. We have nothing to protect this bridge, and it is entirely exposed. So this is, quite possibly, one of the first things the enemy team will target on board this ship. Because the theory is, if you take out the command center, that ship is no longer commanded. However, this bridge is an entire ploy. It is entirely non-functional. It's just there to look good. Good morning, Unilite. I hope you're doing well. So we've got a whole bunch of doors, because if the bridge gets blown off the top of the ship, it's basically just easy access to the entire ship. So just to annoy anyone who tries to board, we've got all of these doors here. They will be completely locked out the moment the pressure is lost on the fake bridge. So we come down here through the myriad of doors, and out here we've got a view into space. It's sort of a view into space. I mean, it's a view into a window. And this ship is intended to be ridiculously colored. So in here I am planning on putting a basically a computer server area for scripts and other useful things. There's a lot of space inside the ship, in between the interior hull and the exterior hull. It's done as a defensive measure. The more space you can put between the two, the better off you are. And these are all welders, which actually repair the decoy blocks that are used to distract enemy weapons from shooting at you. So we have back into the main ship corridors. This is our gun control room. Each one of these little computers here control one of the external turrets. As you can see, there are quite a few player-made external turrets, and this room is duplicated on the port side of the ship as well. We have port side gun control. And starboard side gun control. What the heck was that? We are moving at full speed. Okay. We need to figure out what the heck that was. Come on, let me in the CIC. What the bejeebus was that? Whatever it was, it has propelled us to maximum speed. And I don't know what it is. I swear to God, I know the name Velkami from somewhere. There you are. Gesundheit. And hello. If you sneezed and it sent my ship catapulting through space, I have a no thank you to that, please. Because holy shit, that was one hell of a sneeze. You just moved a 44 gigaton vessel by sneezing. Well done. I'm very, very proud of you. Right. I have no idea what happened. Over here we have more readouts. This one shows us what's docked to this vessel and the state of its hydrogen tanks, which are apparently empty. Oh dear. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Why is the other ship completely empty on fuel? Oh, please. Oh, look. Someone to ban. Ban, boom, shakalaka. Boom. Oh, well, that didn't work. Does it have to be case sensitive? Boom, shakalaka. Well, that didn't work either. Is his name, does it have some kind of special character? Copy, what? No, I just want to copy the text, guys. What's going on here? There we go. Am I spelling it wrong? Did I just ban 2 people? 3 people? Why can't I ban this person? I'm so confused. Not published. Oh, you guys can't even see it because it's been picked up by Twitch as, well, spam. It's cheap viewers on blah 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 blah, as per usual. Okay, back to what we're doing. So this is the CIC. We've got air vents for oxygen, and apparently we're trying to unfuel or defuel one of our vessels. So, one of the players in the server commented that they were a little bit tired of one of the other vessels that the Berg uses, called the Almondine. It is designed to be a gigantic brick in space with weapons. I do like this view. This view is cool. Essentially, it's a huge battleship, and it's not meant to be anything else. So it kills things, and it does it with very great prejudice. Like, it doesn't do anything else. All it does is murder. Murder, murder, murder. Murder most foul. Oh, on the other side of the ship, this is actually a medical bay, so that one's just an empty room for the moment. This is living quarters. They're very empty, very basic, because, like I said, the Berg plays in administrative mode, so it doesn't need anything for survival. The other side of me does play in survival mode, so things are a bit more difficult there. I have to spend quite a bit of time repairing any and all damage caused by my own actions. So the final function of this ship, while it is very heavily armed, in a similar fashion to the other one that I was just talking about, it's not as armed because, yeah, they're the Berg. Yeah. This ship is called a carrier type vessel because it is a carrier. Inside of the main hull is depressed space, obviously, making room for this particular vessel. This is one that's been seen in the videos. In the latest Space Engineers video, it is the one that clapped the little blue ship. Wow, it's not that ship. That ship got absolutely obliterated. That one was called the Vengeance. So this black ship here, its class name is Vengeance. This is called the Retribution. It is the carrier pet to our big, big ship. So, and before anyone gets all judgy, this ship is intentionally overly colored because the person who complained about the previous ship also stated that my builds had no character. And so I did this as a bit of a middle finger. Spiny decoys on subgrids. Oh, spinny. No. So, funny story about that. On my main account, the Occam, it's designed to look like a Starfleet ship. Actually, I can show you the ship without going anywhere near it. I completely forgot about this. So, we go down here to Le Occam. When I can remember the alphabet. There she is. Wait for it to load. It's going to take a minute to load because she's a fairly large ship. Da-da-da-da. So that's the Alliance base. It's 3 factions, all seeking refuge from the Berg because the Berg have posed that much of a threat. Come on, stream. So our moon base for hydrogen generation has what you just described as decoys. It uses those particular, well, actually that exact method for decoys. And one of the funny things is when I built the decoy, I didn't get the distance between the landing pad for my ship and the decoy correctly. So just after I landed, the decoy came swinging around and took a huge chunk out of the saucer of my ship. Are we gonna, like, do anything, maybe? What's going on? Hello? Hello? I can't even move. What's going on? Okay. I don't know what's going on. Oof. This is not liking this. Holy cow. So, what we've done here is we've got the obvious decoys. Now, these ones are just arrayed in a pretty meh sort of way, so that these ones are the ones that get shot at first. What I was never able to get a good survival mode jolt gun. Oh, okay. Yeah, one of the factions is building one of those, and, well, we're a little about it. These decoys, however, these are the ones that are actually meant to do the job. Now, these are protected by welders, which will automatically weld these up as they're shot at, meaning they can keep going as long as the welder is in place. And they, again, are built over here as well. All of these that are protecting these weapons ports are... they've got welders behind them to protect the whole things from being shot out properly. We've got decorated looking antennae decoys protecting the thrusters, and more. These are the point defense Gatling turrets. They're not controlled by one of the large turret controllers. These ones just have the regular little small grid turret controller, meaning they can only fire for about 600 meters. But those are specifically for targeting the incoming torpedoes, which are just not fun to play with. And these are fun to play with. So these are multi-purpose. I couldn't get the cameras to work properly and actually provide targets to enemies. Oh, well, when I say provide targets, it was using one of the rails as the sight, which throws off the aim of the rest of the turret. The one rail is perfectly targeted, but the other 3 shots will miss. So what I've done is I have piped up a Gatling turret, and the center Gatling turret is actually targeting the entire turret. So wherever it aims, all of these will shoot as well. And there's 2 additional Gatlins involved in this little turret, so they can also act as point defense. Multi-purpose. Then we've got a regular assault cannons. There's a lot of assault cannons lined on the back of the ship. I specifically chose not to go for any heavies on the back here, the artillery guns, because they're all up here. They are intended as the opening salvo. Actually, they're more intended as the follow-up to the opening salvo, because behind here is more railguns than you can possibly ask for. And Glebe got smacked hard by this last week. There's no antenna on the ship, I keep forgetting that. But yeah, Glebe got punished pretty heavily by this one. Turns out that his combat vessel is the exact same size as this square block. So, welders for my welders. Having a single line of welders for decoys is vulnerable to rockets. No one's using rockets. Everyone's using player-made weapons for some reason. And trust me, it's a huge pain in the ass, because last week, Unruly, one of the other people playing on the server, he fired an entire volley of torpedoes, and it's somewhere between 5 to 10 torpedoes in a volley. And none of my weapons fired. Well, none of the Berg's weapons fired. Every single one of them just sat there and allowed the torpedoes to come in, and it blew a massive hole in here. And when it comes to player-made torpedoes, decoys don't matter. The decoys are for the secondary weapons. So I'm not entirely concerned about that, because there's not really much that can go wrong with it. And to the best of my knowledge, no vessel in this game has rockets on board, which is just kind of weird, I suppose. So we'll turn our beacon off. We'll make ourselves untargetable and invincible. We don't want to show all players, because I don't want to give away what people are doing. And we'll go over and I'll show you the Occam. I'm quite proud of her. She's entirely built-in survival, and designed by me. Here she is. Ooh. Game first. Teleport here, player control. We'll wait for it to spawn. I actually quite enjoy the challenge that the torpedoes pose. I mean, Unruly's they're a pain in the ass, if I'm being completely honest, because I have not found a suitable counter for it. Like, they do a lot of damage, and they do it very, very quickly. And I haven't found any. There she is. That's the Arkham. She ended up being called the Arkham because I always do combat trials on all of my ships, and during her combat trials, she couldn't slow down in time, and the pointy saucer of this ship cleaved straight through one of the Berg diamonds, and so Glebe named her the Occam's Razor. I couldn't fit Occam's Razor on the nameplate, so she got called Occam instead. She used to have a secondary vessel sitting here. It was called the Razor, so it was Occam's Razor. It was for combat purposes. We've got the underneath of the saucer. It is very, very heavily armed. She is not a friendly vessel. We've got a laser antenna here for other things. We've got player-made auto turrets. Now, these last week were a rotor with just a regular autocannon sitting on top. I went through and refitted them to be what you see now. They are all just controlled by small grid turret controllers. There. And as you can see, the ship has been in combat recently because all of her guns are still turned toward her last target. And we've got... Oh, hello. In we go. To close this. It does close automatically, but I prefer to do it myself just to be sure. That way I know it's closed. Welcome aboard the Arkham. Now, the Berg client is running in low graphics mode because, well, no one's computer is really good enough to run 2 instances of Space Engineers at once at full speed. So we've got sickbay with medbay here. These are just decoration, but they look cool. This is where our gravity generator is as well. And we've got a view down into engineering from here. Torpedoes are remote controlled, not automated. They use a script called WHIPS, automatic homing or something like that. Unruly would be better to answer it, but I don't think he's here in the stream because he doesn't like seeing what's going on behind the scenes. He likes to enjoy it as he enjoys it. And we've got engineering. So these controllers, they control the railgun, well, the small grid railgun turrets, and a few of the PDC mounts. Because for a while there, it was actually the Rat faction that was fighting Fog. Now Rat and Fog are friendly, and, well, we're all working together, unfortunately, to fight Berg. This is a shuttle bay. I'm a huge Trekkie, so, I actually designed this ship based around the Pathfinder variant for the Intrepid class. If you know anything about Star Trek, this ship, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but fortunately, was supposed to be Voyager. But they canned her design and gave her an entirely new one. And this one never saw the light of day. And to be honest, I am absolutely fascinated by this design. I always have been since I was a young kid. She is beautiful. It's not a perfect replication of it, obviously. I mean, the original version of her had over 20 decks, and we've only got 2. Close the damn door. So if we turn left instead of right this time, here you've got cargo access for quickly accessing cargo, obviously, getting the materials you need. This is probably one of the weakest points on the ship. It's not very well protected, and if it detonates, well, it's pretty much game over for this ship. But you've actually, you kind of need to know it's there to be able to hit it, and you need to know where to hit it. And I'm not telling you where to hit it, because, strangely enough, that too is incredibly obvious. It's just no one's figured it out yet. These are crew quarters. So through this door here is another pressurized environment. We've got first set of crew quarters with a beautiful view out into space. We've got, this is just like an observation area. And this is mirrored on the opposite side of the ship as well. So, up here we have what I could only really describe as the captain's quarters. So this ship was built in creative initially, but she was constructed in survival on the server. So I'm quite happy with how she's turned out. We go back down the corridor, more access to cargo. And then up here is the thing we all want to see. Welcome to the bridge. Oh look, that's me. That's the real me. I did not expect to see myself. Hi, how you doing? Hang on, I want to see what that looks like on the other side. Is it possible that your PDS isn't targeting the scripted torpedoes because said weapons don't have weapons in you? Oh, that's a good point, yeah. I wonder if they're targeting weapons. It is weird seeing the Berg on board the ship. Okay, that is bizarre. Well, that kind of proves that I am actually logged in twice. So you've got a very basic, like, conference room. I followed the Voyager theme as much as possible. I couldn't create a depression in the floor here to simulate the bridge, but I did as much as I could. I mean, Space Engineers is pretty limited, unless you're building a small grid bridge on a large grid ship. So, ready room with, a sleeping bunk, just in case. Until about a week ago, this entire room was depressurized, and for the life of me, I could not figure out why. So, hey Duval.
Energy low.
So Duval is one of the other factions that has torpedoes. Well, these are hidden quarters. Basically, this is where the crew actually sleep. The other quarters are... Everything on my ships is designed to fool people. And... the design of any of my ships is specifically to mess with people. This is generally where I log off on my actual account. Who we walked past before. Right, so what else we got? I do believe that's the entire of the Occam. Now, certain faction of people wanted to take a look at a very specific ship, because apparently they're very hesitant to get anywhere near it, which is fair given what the ship is. Oopsies. Wait a second. We need to get back to the unit. Okay, teleport here, player control. So what we'll do is we will spawn a version of the ship called the Armandine. Even I keep forgetting its name. And we'll give you a quick tour of it, because it's a very basic ship. It was repurposed from, well, its original purpose into what it is now. Hello, carrier. Don't move again. We don't need you going flying. So... I got a name wrong for the longest time. Think... Yeah, this is the most recent one. I'm not entirely sure what happened with all that, but the cloud is being weird on my end, so... Now, this is the ship that the HCS faction claimed has no character. Because to them, it just looks like a brick with guns. Which is fair, because it is a brick with guns. That's a pretty fair assessment. But it's a brick with lots of guns. They didn't even like give it how much credit just to just how many guns there were. And we're waiting, waiting, waiting. It'll take a minute or two for the ship to spawn. It's pretty big and pretty bitey, pretty tasty. This particular vessel is fully capable of taking out an entire salvo of torpedoes. It has that many weapons. It has a ridiculous number of weapons. I got to the point where I was just able to completely ignore the HCS torpedoes and and unreleased torpedoes. It has 4 railgun turrets with 4 railguns apiece in each turret on the upside and the bottom side of the ship. It has everything is mirrored from top to bottom on this vessel. So if you see it on the top, it's on the bottom. But we're going to go and have a look at the bottom because the top is in the dark. So we've got, oh for goodness sake, hello, Jesus Christ, what is going on? Hello? Game's just stopped. Hmm. I'm not sure what's going on here or why it's happening, but the whole game is just seized. The other one's working fine. The Adored is doing just fine. But the Berg are having problems. Okay. I might have to restart the Berg's client. That's kind of annoying. Come on. Nope, okay. Whatever's going on there, it is dead. So, I just had to Alt F4. Give me a few minutes to get the whole thing going again. Now I have to get creative with how I do this because the button for the Berg's Space Engineers client is on my desktop and I can't see my desktop for the other Space Engineers client. Okay, there we go. Alright, loading it up again. Anyway, I do apologize for the weirdness. Yes, HCS did attempt to board it, but what Duval Gaming is not telling you is that HCS should not have attempted to board it. And I really wish they'd give it another go. They might find a few surprises waiting for them. Back check timed out? Excuse me? I don't think so. That's new. What the hell's going on? Okay. Not sure what's happening here. Give me a couple of seconds to get this figured out. I'm sorry about this, guys. It could be why it all stopped because it's acting very, very weird. I'm going to mute the music because I know that it's going to fire off and it's going to probably annoy a few people. See if... Nope, they're not connected. I just checked the other client and the Berg have officially logged out. I wonder why it's doing this. Continue game. Come on. Now give me that back check crap. Here it is again. Okay, I'm gonna have to look this up because I've never seen that error before. I've seen a lot of Space Engineers errors in the past, but I've never seen that one. Make sure that you have. Okay. If you're experiencing a back check timed out issues, please check this folder, whatever this is. This content is no longer available, of course. And make sure that you have the Steam service.dll. This has been missing for a few people, missing for a few players. This error. To be clear, make sure that you are looking for in the correct location. It will not be in your Steam install, but in a folder called Steam under a folder called Common Files. Okay. Well, this is a pain in the ass because I have to do some weird fuckery to get this working. I'm not sure. I remember where the Berg's version of everything is stored. Okay, there it is. There, drive, Steam. So it'll be under a folder called Steam in Common Files. I don't think I've ever even seen that. I might actually have to restart the Berg Steam entirely. So we'll give that a shot and see if that helps. Oh, waiting for Space Engineers to shut down. I'm a genius. You should stop sneezing, Falcummy. I still swear to God I know your name. I just don't know why. Okay. Let's get... I really hope that this hasn't just completely screwed up on me because I really can't afford for that to happen. Oh, that's why I know your name. Well, then you didn't really need a tour of the Arkham because I sent you... Oh no, I sent you screenshots of the Nova, which was fun to play with. Come on, Steam. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Oop. Hello? We doing something? What's going on here? Steam? Steam? Hmm. Okay. That's really weird. What happened? Seems as though the Berg's Steam did not launch. Oh god, really? More? Okay. Twitch chat has automatically caught it, but there's another spammer offering best views. Because I care. Well, this doesn't stop. Oh, okay. The Berg Steam has started, finally. So that's a good start. Come on. Alright, let's try Space Engineers again. Was the Berg's Steam just banned or something? Hello? Berg Steam is not responding at all. I mean, of course it's not, right? Oh, here we go. Fingers crossed. Because I've never had this problem before. What the fuck? Okay, I've just told Glebe. I'm not sure what to do here. Fucked if I know. Sorry, I was answering Glebe. You guys can't hear him. I'm not entirely sure how to fix this. I'm aware that it's weird, Glebe. Yeah, of course you don't. Okay, so Space Engineers backcheck timed out. How to fix this stupid backcheck timed out disconnection issue? Restart Steam and game. Well, we've done that. That didn't work. Okay, what we could do... Oh my god, what was that? Okay. Sorry, the Berg Steam just scared the crap out of me. Space Engineers... Properties... installed files. What a time to be having this problem. Verify game integrity. Absolutely terrible time to be having this particular problem. It's verifying at the moment. No. Sorry, Glebe wanted me to reconnect. Oh. So, this is telling me a few things are telling me that we need to check that there is a file missing. A few of them say to restart everything. I mean, everything was fine until it all just stopped. Yeah, I would keep getting disconnected or not gain XP. Blah blah blah. Okay. Reinstalled Steam, deleted the Steam related files except steam.exe, and it works. Okay. Yeah. Well, there's no excuse for this. I mean, we were in the game, so I don't understand why it's just broken. What I can do is swap this. What have we got? Just so that no one gets bored. I'll move this one over here so I can see it. And where are we? All right, we need to get back here because the black screen is probably pretty tedious. Space. What the hell is going on? I'm so lost. So we'll hide that. Get the main Space Engineers one. I had to create a new thing because it wouldn't capture the secondary Space Engineers client. Oh, now I can't find the main one. Oh, I see. Okay. Space Engineers, capture specific window, and bump. Or not bump. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now you can see the main accounts, Space Engineers, and 2 solid minutes of... Really? Oh god, really? Why 2 minutes? That is just not okay. So I've swapped over to the main account in Space Engineers just so that there's something to see and you're not staring at a blank screen. Oof, something just exploded on Glebe's end. So we're at 95% on verifying integrity of the files for the Berg space engineers. Jeez, something is really blowing up over there. Game audio to regular space engineers. Oh, we can stop staring at that. Welcome aboard the Arkham properly. We've got some readouts for damage control. Wonder if I can get me over to the other one. Entities list. And this way you can at least have a look at the Armandine. Oof. Pain. Lots and lots of pain. Hopefully, we are not sad. So that we can... Oh my god, Space Engineers, will you please play ball here? Right. This is what I was trying to show you before on the Berg side. So you've got the railguns that I was pointing out. Then you've got the... These are the PDC mounts. These are old regular turret controller controlled. These are very basic versions of the ones that are now attached to the carrier and the Arkham. They both use the same format of guns. Along the spine of the ship is nothing but assault turrets. Sorry, artillery turrets. The second one down is the assault turrets. Then below that you have the PDCs, which track incoming torpedoes and small grids. And then you've got the rotary auto turrets. Auto cannon turrets, I should say. These are just the default ones. They come with the thing. I just stuck them on a rotor. I didn't really put a lot of effort into that. They work just fine. On the side here, you've got yet more weaponry, some decoys. This ship originally was a heavy cargo ship, designed to move around a lot of, well, cargo, really. It was crashed in Gleeb's stream on the last season, which is why it looks so poor on the outside. She specifically redesigned to look as bad as possible. This is the main foyer, if you want to call it that. Down here we have crew areas. It's a very simple ship because, you know, it was only meant to be what it is. It was never meant to be a warship. I just borrowed the hull and repurposed it. You've got engineering. There used to be little decks here with placed things. This entire area was sealed so that it could be pressurized. And then up on the top deck, we have... Don't you complain at me. This is where Duval tried to get in, but he tried to get in from the front of the ship. He worked his entire way down the lower deck, all the way up to the front of the ship, for no reason. Because you've got access to both decks at both the front and the back of the ship. This is CIC, very deep within the ship. It's very hard to hit room. From here we can control the entire ship, obviously. She doesn't really take off very quickly, and she's not maneuverable. She maneuvers like the brick that she was accused of being. She's got no forward-facing weapons. She's got two artillery turrets on the top, but that's really about it. I did add these railguns here, but again, they don't really fire forward because I badly designed the turret and it can't aim 90 degrees up, so that eliminates that. The nose of the ship sits so high that it actually blocks out the line of sight on most of the artillery turrets, so for the most part, it cannot fire forward. She was designed to be modded, and where you can see the thrusters in between the grating there, they were originally missile launchers. So The aft section of the ship, it does have a little bit of clearance on fire, but if you're directly behind it, it's a complete blind spot. There's nothing there. There's no weapons. At most, I might be able to smack you with a thruster, maybe, if I'm lucky. Which is actually how Duval got inside of the ship. First attempt, we tried to sabotage the jump drives, keep the ship from jumping away. Okay, you've got a slight little problem there, Duval. I'm not sure if you can disable all of the jump drives. So, you can give it a go, I guess, which I suppose you did. Alright, let's try the Berg's client again. See what happens, shall we? Need to refresh Gleeb's stream so I can let him know, because it's apparently lagged out on me. No, you disabled 2. 2 out of, what, 36? Good luck. I'm listening to the Space Engineers entry. Checking thingy, come on, do the thing. Yes! We're in. Okay, so I will recycle. Well, not recycle. I will re-swap back over to the one that we're supposed to be on and take the Adored, which is the name of my main account. Glebe, stop blowing shit up. It's really distracting. Good. No, what? Okay, so there was like 5, maybe 6 explosions, one after the other on Gleeb's stream, and he's like, okay, we've had the first explosion. It's like, do you not know how to count? Is it a mod that makes jump drives explosively deconstruct when destroyed? That would be great, actually. No, they do that on their own. If you have a look at the video posted maybe a week and a bit ago, when I smacked HCS's blue ship, the Arcadia, from behind, I hit their aft jump drive, and it just detonated. It was really impressive. So, wait, what? Nope, we want that. So we'll get rid of this. We'll put this back on screen and change game audio. Now, I know it sounds like I'm having a go at Duval here, but I'm actually not. HCS have some very interesting tactics that they use to get things done, and he didn't know this at the time, but the Armandine was never meant to be boarded or captured or anything like that, because it's too powerful for the server. It only comes out in very specific circumstances. And yeah, they did what they should do, and they were trying to disable their enemy, which is exactly what you do in a conflict. There's not really much more that you can do. So we'll teleport the Adored back here, which you guys can't see or hear anymore because I've swapped back to the Berg. So with all those jump drives, the goal should be destroying them, not grinding. Actually, that's not a bad point, but you can't specifically target jump drives. You can target propulsion, but I don't know if jump drives count as power or propulsion. Oh, Glebe, you are so far behind. He's just realized that I was retrying. I need to update it. Okay, so on the Berg, we want to head back to. Oh gosh, I didn't know what it was called. What's it called? Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. And is that what we want? I don't even know if this is what we want. Oh my god! Okay, well, that's sort of what we want. That's the medical room aboard the Armandine. That'll do. If you've boarded the vessel, a rocket launcher is a pretty good way to dismantle a jump drive. Or carry enough stuff to make warheads and have fun. Yeah! Okay, so if someone was to very poorly design their ship, what? Where am I? You can actually chain react certain subsystems on board a vessel in that manner, and you will cause a complete destruction of the ship. That's if the person designing it doesn't know what they're doing. What I've done is, I don't know if you've noticed, but there is an entire bunch of space missing on the Armandine that you just can't see. Um, and I'm just closing the Occam's shuttle bay, getting the door back into their bunk before they suffocate, because they are actually playing survival. So what happens to them matters. And alright, I know this is taking a minute, considering you've all waited very patiently through my issues. So, where are we? We have... Okay, so this is a room I was very lucky that Duval never found. This is the auxiliary CIC. It's on the lower deck, hidden behind one of the doors. Directly above it is the main CIC, so it's probably not as well designed as I thought. So what I've done with this ship is these two doors, they look like they go to a similar place. This is crew quarters and the med bay. It's all, oops, hello. It's all shoved into the one spot because, again, this ship was not supposed to be doing what it is actually doing. This door, however, is about to suck the oxygen out of everything. Because this is the secret to this ship. We are now between the two layers of the hull. This layer here is the outer hull. This layer here is the inner hull. And in here, spread out along the entire length of the ship, is everything that Duval was trying to destroy. But it's all separated from each other in a fashion that if you destroy one, you cannot possibly destroy it all. It will not chain react. Which is why Duval could not get to all of the jump drives in time to be able to disable the ship's flight capabilities. There are redundant conveyors all throughout the ship. I mean, what you're looking at here is just one layer of redundancy. If we do this, you can actually see the conveyor ships and why this ship will continue to function even when she's been beaten to hell. Now, this is something that Duval and his faction leader Phoenix have actually commented on, is the fact that this ship just, it takes too much to beat it. And that is a completely fair assessment. This ship was designed to do exactly that. And when you're only fighting this ship repeatedly, I can understand why they get frustrated and hesitant to try and fight, because this is what you're facing. It's too much in one very tight-knit package. It does too much, and it's just... I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous. This conveyor network spans the entire ship 3 times, and out to all of the weaponry multiple times. I mean, you can see it, how many times that the central conveyor system actually pipes out. And not only do you have the interior piping, I mean, you can see the line that my cursor is running along at the moment, but that's the main interior pipeline. It goes the entire length of the ship. You've got one on the top deck, goes the entire length of the ship. You've got one on the bottom deck that does the exact same thing again, runs the entire length of the ship, and in multiple areas. I mean, you can see 5, 6 connection lines here, because on each side of the ship you've got a conveyor line that runs the entire length of the ship again. So no matter where you hit it, you're never going to sever the connection line. And that was 100% crucial, because this ship is designed... The way that this is working is there's Phoenix, Duval, Glebe, Unruly, Magma, myself, all fighting one faction. So that one faction needed a ship that could do everything that all the other ships were doing, and just pump out the hurt on a level that their ships were not capable of doing. And that is exactly what we have here. It seems incredibly cheaty, but it was the only way to achieve the result that we needed. Now, we need to find access back into the ship. Duval and Phoenix have been wanting to get a look at this ship for quite some time because they don't know how to combat it, and that is completely fair. I mean, there's weapons facing every freaking direction except front and back, so I can completely understand why they hate this thing. Where's the door? Christ, even I'm getting lost. Wait, what? See, this ship just keeps on going. It doesn't fucking end. Oh, good lord. Glebe, stop it. I'm trying to find this door, and then suddenly Glebe starts firing an assault rifle. I'm thinking I'm being attacked. I mean, you know what? Bugger this. Bye! We've seen it. We don't need to see anymore. Ooh. Okay. So we are back to finding our carrier. Where's the carrier? The carrier's beacon is on a short range, so... Oh, Cammy, did you sneeze again? No, there she is. Never mind. Accusation withdrawn. If you were to carry enough stuff to make warheads, you need to ensure that you're placing those warheads on specific equipment, like anything that can cause a secondary explosion that can potentially chain react entirely down the line, which is why I was showing you that layout there, because you hit one thing and it's not going to chain react. But you want to put a warhead on a reactor or a hydrogen tank or what? Yeah. Crap. Duval, you just completely distracted me, dude. Jump drives. That's what I was thinking. You put a warhead on any of those things, and you're going to cause a massive explosion. Because explosions in this game are volumetric. So the size of the explosion is dependent upon the components in the explosion. And whatever is inside of said components. So if you detonate a cargo container that has iron in it, it's just going to, it's going to eject the iron all over the place. If you detonate a cargo container that has ammunition in it, it is going to cause a massive explosion that is dependent upon how much ammunition is in that cargo container. So if you've got thousands of shells sitting in that cargo container, it's going to blow up that entire section of the ship. You lose it completely. Well, it looks like we're not actually playing Space Engineers tonight. I've been sitting here doing this while waiting for Glebe, and I guess we're not doing regular Space Engineers stuff. I have no idea what's going on. Are we going to do anything, or are we just going to sit here twiddling our thumbs? Because, this was supposed to be a special stream with you guys being able to see what the Berg does to Glebe's faction. Instead, we're just sitting here watching Glebe doing nothing, so it's really disappointing. So, I'll show you guys what this ship is actually designed to do. Ooh, what's that? So these are the old coordinates for the old HCS base. It was discovered by the Berg quite some time ago when someone left a beacon running, and we were on stream. So the Berg was able to capture the beacon's information, and we were able to jump there. Now it's just actually used as a general jump point, because when we jump to it, We have a clear line of sight towards HCS's base. What is that? Cancel the jump. RAM signal. AAM signal. What in the hell is AAM? They're 63 kilometers away. Let's go and have a look. We need to get our gun camera here, because that gives us a clear view on where we're aiming the railguns. We need to jump 61 kilometers. Yes, let's have a look at what the hell this signal is. And I'll show you the main purpose of this ship. It's actually pretty cool. So, this ship can very, very clearly defend itself, obviously. What it's designed to do is to deploy this ship. Why are we not moving? Oh, because we have no hydrogen. Okay. The carrier stole all of the hydrogen out of the Retribution's fuel tanks. Oops. We need to refuel. Okay, we are refueled and ready to take off. So what's happening here is this ship is taking off. This is exactly what this ship is designed to do. This carrier. It basically just carries one of these into battle. And then holds its position. What is that? Who even is AAM? Or RAM or ARM or whoever the hell this is? That is not a regular vessel. That's not a Space Engineer's spawned vessel. What's going on? Duval, are you doing anything that I should know about? Or shouldn't know about? Because if you don't say that this is untouchable, I'm going to shoot it. Whose is this? And it's a very, very big ship. And it is coming within range of the carrier. Okay, not coming in range, it's actually leaving range. I'll set the carrier to follow it. And it's jumped. Interesting. Well, okay, that happened. If that is part of the HCS faction, I'm not all too surprised to see it jump away. That is pretty much all HCS ever does. Although, that looked like a very interesting ship. did like the design of it. And it looked quite a bit more heavily armed than most HCS ships. For some strange reason, most HCS ships have next to no weapons. I don't understand why. So, it is what it is. So now we redock with the carrier, which is a much simpler process than actually it seems or sounds. Interesting. Hey, Duval, you want to see a very interesting little thing that I don't know if you knew that you could do? But you didn't know you could do this. Well, that's inconvenient. The lasers are still connected. Interesting. Lasers are definitely connected, but apparently I have lost control of the redemption. Sorry, the retribution. Don't know why. We do not want to jump the carrier within weapons range, so we're only jumping for 10 kilometers, hopefully to reconnect with the retribution. Nope, not there. Oh, very odd. Oh no, we can see her now. We still can't connect to her, despite the fact that the laser antenna is very clearly connected. What is that all about? There she is. Antenna's on infinite, so that should not have happened. Well, let's see if they can live up to... No, that didn't happen the other day, Duval. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. The other day, when the Retribution was jumping around, I was remote piloting it, and it worked flawlessly every single time. Let's see if we can get a good look at this ship. I'm going to disable control over weapons. I'm not going to get into weapons range. I just want to inspect the ship at range. Oh, what happened to HCS? Oh. What the hell? What is it attacking? Oh, back off, ship, back off. Oh, don't shoot at the fucking thing. Back off. What is it shooting at? Why is it shooting? Are they pirates? Okay. I'm going to propose peace with the Ad Astra Mercenary Company for the moment. to assist in their defense. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but it is not Berg related. So, if they want help, help is offered. Uh, the Berg just got an achievement for making peace. I don't think that has ever occurred before. In a second. I just want to make sure that these are not targeting neutrals. Oh, why do they have to be such a pain in the ass? Okay, fine. We're going to completely shut them off until they are needed. Oh, I've already got a main weapons control. Okay. And they're off. So now we can approach. If we get within 100 meters, we can match dampers to them, and the retribution will assist in light. It appears as if one of the aft main thrusters on this ship is out of commission. Oh, bye. Hello. I always forget that I'm a lot closer than I think when viewing from a camera. I do apologize there, Duval. Yes, it looks as though you've lost 3 thrusters on the aft section. 1 big one, 2 small ones. Looks like the rest might just be minor damage. It's a very good looking ship. All of your, I can say, port side thrusters are functional. Oh, okay, the orientation on us is wrong. I mean, I did see a massive explosion, but I think it's only the aft thrusters that are damaged. She seems to be okay. I'm confused as to the orientation of this ship. It is strangely designed, but I like it. I can't match dampers. I don't know why. Not letting me. Okay. What's going on here? I'm not going to bring the carrier too close because her weapons are set to target neutrals, which is why I turned the Retribution's weapons off for the moment. Because the last time Unruly fired torpedoes at me, the weapons would not open fire under whatever circumstances. So, yeah, no, it's set to target neutrals, basically target anything that comes within range. So I don't want to get too close to you. Dun, dun. Where is the control button? There it is. Alright, moving the retribution away. Oh yeah, you are missing a weapon here as well. I can see the conveyor mount sitting right here. Right, okay, so the docking port tells me which way is up on this ship. So this is up. And that is port. You've lost a little port side gun. Ah, that's really well designed. This thing is a cruiser for sure. Oh, the bloody hell was that? I heard an alarm. But I don't know if it was Glebe or not. Unless you've turned off your hydrogen, one of your aft hydrogen thrusters on the starboard side has no fuel. Oh no, you've turned off all the engines. Okay, never mind. Very good looking ship. Alright, I've moved away, so you can maneuver if you need to. I'm about to send Ad Astra a proposed piece on pirates as well. Do you need an escort on Duval? Oh, she's jumping. Okay, we shall return to the carrier. So that is essentially what the carrier is designed to do. It sits outside of detection range, launches this particular ship. This little ship can actually jump and perform any task it needs to. It's fully armed. It can be flown normally as well. So, you know, if the antenna on either of these is destroyed, someone can go out and take control of the retribution manually. Which I have actually had to do. Okay. What happened to HCS? Why did it change? Okay. Well, that tells me nothing. Also, why you called your group, or why it was called To the Stars, is beyond me. Because To the Stars Mercenary Corp is a bit of a strange name. At least for me. I do like this view into the hangar. We do need to turn the ship around, though, because it's facing the wrong direction for docking. HCS got sued, so they dissolved and rebranded. No, they probably got tired of getting things blown up. They suffered quite a few recent setbacks. They probably want to get rid of that reputation. Right, and dock. We'll refuel the retribution. So the moment the dock has occurred, a lot of the retribution's internal systems shut down, including the thrusters. The pilot seat disables inertial dampers so that, nothing is overriding carrier control. So right now, the carrier is in complete control of everything going on in this ship. So, I was really hoping to get into a fight today with Glebe and his group, but they're still in the private world, being boring. So, but we shall go and poke what remains. We're not going to do anything because no combat takes place off-stream, and by off-stream, we're specifically talking about Glebe stream. That's a very good design for a ship, though, Duval. If you designed and built that thing, congratulations to you. That is really well done. I love the Vulcan Cruiser-esque look to it. So at the moment we drop out of jump, we get a complete spam of beacons. Because people over at Fog don't know how to limit their beacons. So what we've got here is a complete mess of absolute insanity. So at the moment we jump to the HCS coordinates, we can immediately see where Fog and the rest of them are. Because no one hides their beacons. We've decided it'd be interesting to see something in combat, and all I can think is, well, come on, I'm waiting. So we can stop the carrier here. Take control of the retribution again. Lock it to the carrier so that we can undock and take off without crashing, one would hope. That is just an awesome view. I love watching that. I'm going to enjoy watching that every single time. And we will jump a total of 5 kilometers. Slow the ship down so that we don't overshoot. Because all we want to do is take a look at what everyone is doing. See, we jumped without an issue. I guess, over 10 kilometers was a problem. Probably because it was outside of render distance. That's a lot of signals. I wonder if there's an unruly in here. There's the Arkham. Well, there's the Arkham's turrets. Oh my god. Jesus, get over it. She's just sitting there, minding her own business. There's an unruly. How do I see his beacon? Do I have Joel? No, I don't. Okay, so he's just left his beacon on by accident. Alright. See if we can maneuver around to a place where we can place a shot directly at him without pissing off the Arkham. Because if we piss off the Arkham, the retribution is lost. The Arkham will chase this thing with an absolute vengeance, just like the class is named after. Like, it just does not give a shit. She'll come for you. There he is. Activate the railguns. We're now on the opposite side of the base. We need a minimum distance of 2 kilometers. The railguns won't hit. Let's see if he freaks out on Gleeb's stream. This should be entertaining. We are now within firing range. Firing. Ah! We missed the firing. Because I hit the wrong button. Dang it! Knock knock! So we can't hurt them because the shield that we're looking at here, this bubble, it's a safe zone. So there's nothing we can do to them. So the rail shots that we just fired are completely useless. And I don't think Unruly's even paying attention. So that right there is the rat base. That's my main faction. You've got a welding ship for repairing the Arkham. Oopsies. A mining ship for gathering materials. And then the main base itself. What we can't see is all of Fogg's equipment. There's quite a few ships in there. You've got the modular ship which Glebe has built, which is a conglomeration of small things all jammed together to make a big thing. But that big thing is unarmed and generally not of any major use. There's some kind of new freighter in there. We've got Fritzwith, the Godfred Crayfish, which is all Brian Eder stuff. Now, Brian Eder is a genius when it comes to this stuff. He scripted a script that a lot of people use that is fantastic. It's called Printer Toner. It keeps your cargo containers full of components once you tell it how many components are supposed to be in there. And then there is Unruly, who is the bane of my existence in this game. He has the torpedoes that really, really hurt. And I do mean really. Well, we hit something. But it doesn't count because the bubble protects them. Let's do a flyby and shoot at their solar panel. That bloody solar panel. That thing needs to die. It's right there. You can see it just poking out of the bubble. There it is. That's the solar panel. The thing is evil. It has cursed our mothers multiple times. It said some very, very mean things. So we punish it as often as we can. Which is pretty often. And firing! Or not. We have a signal relay. Right. Yes, we do. Send this on channel 20. as per instructions, send the signal. Do we get a response? Yep. I'm listening to Unruly on Gleeb's stream. He's just reported the fact that rail rounds just went through his ship. Because the bubble works the way it doesn't stop the animation of a shot from going off. However, because I fired the rails, it is still passed through his ship. Let's knock again, shall we? That's for telling on me. I mean, Glebe knew I was going to be streaming this, so I don't know why he's doing what he's doing. I really don't. Because we talked about this earlier today. I was going to be streaming the Berg side of today's activities, and, well, there's no activities, so... Yeah, let's head back to the carrier. Because we don't actually fight, unless he is streaming. What the fuck? Okay, I'm going to ignore that. I've just got a notification pop up on Gleeb's channel saying, let GleebTorin know you want to drop in and collaborate. Yeah, I'm not doing that. That stuff can go away. I'm not interested. Well, see, today was a waste, so a little disappointed by that. I thought Glebe would know better. Oh. We shall redock. Eek. That was a little too close. Okay. We have redocked. We shall refuel the ship. I should actually set that to fill on dock and turn off fill on undock. But we shall figure that out later. So yeah, that is the rat base. Oh, sorry, the fog base with the rat base attached to it. There's not much for us to see there at the moment because, well, you know, no one's doing anything. I don't know if we should wait a little bit longer and see what happens, or just call it quits here. I'm confused. What Glebe is doing now, he was supposed to have done over the weekend, and sorted out his new combat ship, so that, you know, we weren't dealing with this now. But here we are. with nothing to do, so I'm not entirely sure why I'm even here. He knew I'd be here. Alright, well, I think I'm going to call it here for now. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully with Glebe on stream as proper, so stick around for that. If you're curious as to what is going on, I shall drop Glebe's channel into the chat. Actually, you know what? We should do this, because it should make the point. So, I shall see you guys all later. I hope you have a fantastic day. Go and see what Glebe is doing. And hello, Benji. Again, I'm sorry that you're jumping in at the tail end of the stream, but here we are. Take it all easy. I hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.